Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Harihi Om. Our topic is harmony in relationship. The first sutra we saw, where it was said that our relationship with people should begin with respect and trust, not from the very beginning on suspicion. Let the truth come out later on. But if the beginning itself we start suspecting, then the relationship will really get sour more and more. Now, second sutra will say, Swadoshan prati kathoraha, annesham prati tu komalo bhavet. One should be very, very firm and strict with oneself, but tender to your others. This is very important. What happens generally is just the opposite only. See, when we commit mistakes and all that, we want to be forgiven. And we say, after all, we are human being. बड़ा कमज़ोर है आदमी, अभी लाखों हैं इसमें कमी. The man is incomplete, imperfect. So we all the time justify ourselves. But in another person, oh, we are very, very, what kind of person is that? No, not like that. Now, sometimes it is said, oneself imperfect, one should be tender towards others. But in that also, again, you are justifying only yourself. So if I think I am imperfect, others also are imperfect, therefore I should be kind. Then again, actually what I am doing is, I am kind to myself only then. So one is very imperfect but wants all others to be perfect and then demanding and not very tender and calm, komal, no. That is one thing. One understands that I am also imperfect, I have got some defects. Therefore, I should be very considerate towards others, compassionate. But that also is not the real virtue. But when one is perfect and still can be very soft and tender towards other people and their weakness or imperfection and all that, then that is the real virtue. That's why, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find Raja Parikshit committed one mistake and he told Bhagavan, please punish me. I have done something wrong. He did not say, please forgive me. That I did wrong and I must be punished. And when he heard that on the seventh day, you will die, stung by that Takshaka snake, he was very happy. So this is how it is. Annesham prati komalo bhavet. That's why it is said, there are two statements in Sanskrit Bhashe, Kshama virasya bhushanam and Kshama jnanasya bhushanam. The forgiveness, the forgiving quality is an ornament of the one who is a man of valor, brave, who can retaliate, and still if that person forgives, then that is called real forgiveness. Or jnanasya, the one who has got that highest knowledge and still has got that tenderness to others, then that person is called person of wisdom. This must be understood. Swadoshan prati, one should be firm, stick with one's own imperfections, negatives. Don't try to justify. We should try to correct ourselves, but don't try to justify and explain and all those kind of things, That's our first step should be there. Now, other people may have got very wonderful opinion about you, but you should know, honest to yourself, what you are, where you stand. But all the time, very tender towards others. So, swadoshan prati kathoraha, annesham prati tu komalo bhavet. This is a very important sutra. Then you see how relationship will be so wonderful. Now, these relationships, parasparika स्नेह विश्वासे वर्तमाने विधि नियमाः अनावश्यकाः अविद्यमानेपि अनावश्यकाः यतो निष्फलाः. पारस्परिक स्नेह विश्वासे वर्तमाने, when between two persons or communities or whatever that, where two entities are there and they have got mutual love and respect and trust for each other, then all the big books of laws and constitution is not required. Vidhi niyamaha, so many injunctions of do's and don'ts, and that is not necessary. What is niyama? Because the love is there, they automatically they understand this is what we should be doing. If we start with a family only, one family, whatever 3, 4, 5, 6 members are there, when there is love, if one needs something, the other person comes without telling, that no rule is there. No such thing. Does a mother need one injunction that your service, seva to your child is only up to 10 o'clock? Does she tell the child, whatever you need, or even if you are unwell, before 10 o'clock? You understand? After 10 o'clock, I will not do. There is no niyama. Particularly baby or child, a whole night also, or if someone is sick and all that, there is no need of any kind of thing. A book of, if you have a very big book of rules and regulation in a family, understand everybody is in trouble only. There is a problem. Why do you need? In your house you had some book of constitution? No. When mutual love is there, respect is there, trust is there, all these niyamas, injunctions and rules and laws and all that, not required. Because it's not necessary. Everybody is doing what is to be done and all that, they understand it. And suppose that's mutual love, respect is not there, then also the book of constitution is not necessary. In the sense, nishphala bhavet. It is redundant. However you may become rules and all that, how much you will tell? You must love them. What love? All the rules are not necessary in the sense they will not work. Now, I am telling wherever two entities are there, whether husband, wife there, or parents and children there, or neighbors are there, communities are living together, or nations are living together, but how much that is there, you understand that. And many times that's what happens, husband, wife, a child, and the divorce happens. Where so many court they go, then the visiting rights are there, this is there, that is there. Or which a child doesn't understand कि यहाँ पे मैं हूँ कि I would have to. I don't have to elaborate on that. But the point is, there is no substitute to love, no substitute to respect, no substitute to trust. When we all have to live together, now extend that. This whole earth is meant for everybody. How can one only usurp all that power and it is for me only? Bhagavan has not made that way. Sab bhumi gopal ki. All this whole thing belongs to all people. Of course, for practical purposes, we have to, this is my house, that is a different thing. But these things are not becoming practical. They have become so very possessive and emotionally involved. Then, so many problems are there. I am telling you, wherever two entities are there, any partnership, business or anything or that, two business partners were having lunch in one restaurant. And one suddenly remembered, say, I forgot to lock that safe, So the other person said, why are you worried? We both are here only. So if you are in that, see, now you understand all these kind of, how much there trust and all that will be there, just think. So this is important, that when we are sharing the same place, all of us, so where is the substitute for that loving? Hatred cannot be substitute for love. And I told you already, it's two entities. Two persons, two communities, nations are everywhere. Vidhi niyamaha, in first case not required, in other case it won't work. Only new laws you have to keep on bringing, and how many laws you will bring? Then Justice Department required, Police Department requires, government and Parliament, and the rules are made and amendments are made, and it go on and on and on and on. And it's such a big, huge book, Constitution sort of. The fatter the book of Constitution means there's a big problem is there, you understand. Then you go on interpreting this clause and that clause. And the CLUSE clause, they are CLAW only clause only. They're catching everybody. They are clause. Now, a very, very pertinent question is, why our relationship goes sour? Why it gets spoiled? Why? We are talking human, but I tell you, relationship, any relationship, starting with our own body, with our money, property, with people, with living beings, with God also. Somebody had faith in God and said, now I don't believe. Why it happens? It's a very serious question. So the kasyajit api sambandhasya adharo yadi laukikaha tari sa bandhana karakaha adhyatmikastu muktidayako bhavati. If one's relationship with anything, kasyachit api sambandha, of any person, the relationship with any other thing is based on worldly considerations, then bandhan karaka, it will be binding. It will not last. But if that relationship is adhyatmikaha, to muktidayako bhavati. But the foundation of our relation is spiritual, non-material, let us say. Because sometimes we don't understand the spiritual world also. If it's based on worldly, material considerations, it won't last, I tell you. but something non-material, spiritual, then the sambandha will remain. You know what happened? One young woman in love with a young man. He was loving her very much. So she asked him one day, you love me because my father has inherited lot of money and he will give lot of money. He said, of course not. Even if your uncle is giving money, I will love you. Not because your father. Anyone is giving you is fine. So now, how long that relationship will remain? Or only just because of physical charm is there. Huh? But suddenly some paralytic attack, no, ऐसा हो गया तो because you are loving only just physical body only. Now here I start relation with our own body. See, if our understanding is God has blessed me with this human incarnation body to serve others, to realize my true self, therefore I must take care of my body, but not go on pampering the body and not only indulging in luxury and pleasures and all that. The body is meant for, yes, you have to keep it fit. Not for indulgence, but for seva and for your own purity of mind, realization. Then the body relationship also is wonderful. Otherwise, so every little thing keep on happening to the body, we become sort of bogged down with all that. Now take the material thing. That topic we'll read again, but relation with money also. Why in our case, artham, anartham, why our wealth is becoming a cause of calamity? Because first thing is we are earning it with wrong means. Adharma. And we think that money is mine and hoarding it and only for all that. Then it's a problem. But the money also Bhagavan has given because Data hai Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the giver. That Bhagavan has given me. It belongs to him only. Kasyasya dhanam ishavasu, the very first mantra says. Whose wealth it is? It is of Bhagavan only. Therefore, with that money, prayojan of wealth is for dharma. So you have to earn with dharma and use for dharma. Then that will lead you to happiness. Otherwise, arthasya purusho dasaha. Otherwise, man will become slave to money. Every day we are hearing all kinds of news in some houses and crores and crores of multi-crore. What stacking there? What will go? What will we do? So we don't know how to live with our money. Acha. Now, people are now very fond of having pets of cat and dog and nothing wrong with that because you love animals or this. Right? But you should understand you belong to God. That jiva also belongs to God only. And therefore, if you have that, you must love, serve, but no possessiveness. Otherwise, even that relationship also causes a lot of problems. So they just cry and weep and all that. Now come to human being. Already I have spoken about human beings. If love and respect is there and all that, see what the very first statement our Guru Deva has given in our pledge, we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. So that only if one line if is understood, really understood, So much is wonderful there. About human, already I have spoken of, so I will not know. Now about with God. Our relationship with God also based on worldly matter. Bhagavan, I am in this trouble. Bhagavan says, I know you are very efficient in getting into trouble all the time. Bhagavan, remove my trouble. Bhagavan, I want this. And if that is, you don't get it, what kind of Bhagavan? He is not very, very powerful, you know. People who had that kind of faith that as though Bhagavan is their servant or who have to go on fulfilling what you call your wishes. Bhagavan is not your fulfiller of your wishes. He is your well-wisher. So if our relationship with God also is in this way, that Bhagavan is my well-wisher, so our relation with Bhagavan, I am Ramasya Dasaha, I am the servant of Bhagavan. Then that relation with God also will sustain. Otherwise, that also will just go away like that. So the principle is, the basis for our relationship with anything, everything, every being is non-material, spiritual, based on love, etc. Then that relationship will only strengthen more and more. Otherwise, it is a question of time only. It will go away. That's why Narad Bhakti Sutra says, the true love with God is pratikshana vardhamanam. Every moment it increases because it's not based on some desires. Worldly desires. If any desire is there, only purity of mind and more love for God, then that relationship. The topic is great. Just keep on thinking. Now another thing. Atmavat lokan pashyet na tu tatha bhavayet. What? Lokan pashyet. One should look upon all beings as one's own self. But one should not think that all are like you. As your own self is one thing, and like is something different. What is the difference? I don't understand. So next sutra says, Sukha dukkhadi vishayaka swakalpana anyasmin na aropayat. Whatever our views may be about sukha, dukkha, likes, dislikes, you should not impose on others. Now I'll tell you what it's like this. Look upon all others as your own self. Because one self is there in all beings. Madatma sarva bhutatma. So that is one thing. But that does not mean whatever I like, I think that other also will like it or should like it. And what gives me happiness, that only should give happiness to other, or that will give happiness to other. If I think like that, so all as myself, but not like myself. Suppose I like classical music, Indian classical music. All should like that. Or but he doesn't like that, That person likes Bollywood music. So, what kind of person you are? Or he likes some Western music. Even in Hindustan, you have some people like vocal, some like instrumental. You see, different people like a different music. I like tea or I like coffee. So drink. He said, no. What kind of person you are? The nectar of this world you don't like? Are Baba, You have your own ideas of preferences, likes and dislikes, and joy and sorrow. Huh? The other people don't have to have that. You are a believer in God, others may not be believer also. So what? One particular form of God you may like, the other may like some other form also. And Bhagavan has no problem, only we have problem. Bhagavan says, ye yathamam prapadyante, tam satheva bhajamya. Bhagavan says, Bhagavan, in whichever form they worship me, for whatever purpose they worship, whichever method they worship, I accept all. The bhaktas don't, they have fight. Bhagavan doesn't have any fight. See, and that's why they call religious intolerance that is there. Huh? So many things are, why? Because they all want, whatever my religion, all should follow that religion only. Whatever my philosophy, everybody should follow that only. But why? So, this is very important. Look upon all as your own self. But don't think that all are like yourself in these respects. And therefore, what you like, they all should like that only. Or they should follow that only. This is but a dictatorship hai to. Huh? That's no good. So then what should do? Tebhyaha swatantriyam prayachet. Give freedom to other people also. So it is called, they have got a democratic right. Now, ours is not a democratic country, but they are human rights. They all are born as human beings. So human beings, what right you have got to slave them and all like that? No. Tebhya swatantriyam achet. If I like a parrot, so I should put in the cage or what? Huh? Or bichara, he want to know. Huh? And after some time, even if you release that, he cannot fly. Because you have created such a bondage for that, jiva cannot fend for itself. No, I put in a golden cage. What a golden cage? So, we don't give freedom. That's why I have heard that people who have their pets and all that, they are more sick, those pets, than those who are freely roaming about. Because these people pamper them so much, so their very natural kind of thing goes away. So even if you are keeping them, they should be kept properly. In the same way with all beings. Then it will be very good. I tell you, no relationship will go sour. All things will be very joyful to yourself and joyful to other person also. The other day, somebody came, their marriage anniversary is, so 30 or 40 years, I don't know. I said, what is the secret? The secret is simple. We agree to disagree. But majority disagree to agree. Then there is a problem. But if you agree to disagree, ठीक है. Swatantriyam prayachet. You want freedom, they should also have freedom. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।